Hello my friends and welcome to this video. I'm going to review with you today video editing using Camtasia Studio 7. And some of the things we're going to do are we're going to cover recording the screen, recording PowerPoint, importing video and audio files, basic editing, simple cuts, redos, pastes, using callouts, adding video clips, and rendering your work of art for YouTube or whatever other media you're going to use to store your videos. So, are you ready? Let's get started. Before I start, however, I'm going to make one comment. Someone sooner or later is going to ask, why Studio 7? If I go out to buy Camtasia right now, I'm going to get version 8. And the answer is because I own version 7. That's the one I use. And I haven't been willing to spend the money to upgrade to version 8. I don't see a need for it. So if you buy Camtasia today, it's possible that some of the features that I'm about to review are going to be in different places. You may have to search around for them. I'm sure they're still there. You just have to find them. So having said that, let's get started. Let me end the little slideshow that we're doing right now and get rid of it. And we are recording the screen of my computer. Well, we've been recording the screen of my computer for the last several minutes. When we first launch Camtasia, there's a couple of things we get: record the screen and import media. Those are the most important things that we want to deal with immediately. And if I simply say record the screen, it will go ahead and do that. And I can put PowerPoint presentations up there and simply record them. Now there is also a special feature for recording PowerPoint. And I used to use it, but I don't use it anymore. I don't see a need for it. All we need to do is record the screen. Well, let's get started with editing. I'm actually making this to offer to Ray Higdon as part of the 10-day video challenge, because Ray had published a procedure for editing using Screencast, and Screencast is a Mac feature, and I'm not a Mac guy, I'm a PC guy, so I'm using Camtasia. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to go import media, and again, since we're using this for the Ray Higdon video challenge, I'm going to import a video that I've already made for Ray Higdon for the video challenge, and I call it Becoming the Inspiration, but here is the raw video file. Now this is the file that was created on my handheld video camera, and it's raw. So I'm going to right click it. When I right click, I get several things that I can do, one of which is add to timeline, and I'm simply going to do that. I'm going to add it to my timeline, and there it is. Now, it comes up with an editing dimensions window. It says the dimensions of this file that I've imported are 640 by 360 pixels. And it wants to know if I want to keep those dimensions. And my answer is, I have no clue what that means, so I always say okay. Now the reality is, yeah, I do have a clue. There's lots of different things that I can do, but I don't do any of it. I simply keep the dimensions, keep the aspect ratio, I tell it okay. That's all I do. Alright, well, let's start to work on editing our video. And I'm going to bore you a little bit by playing the beginning of the video, but this is sort of necessary for me to cover the editing tools with you. So here's our play button, and here's our play head. This is where things are going to be playing from, and I can drag this head anywhere I want in the video, but let's leave it at the beginning. So when we start at the beginning of this video, you're going to see that I'm futzing around and I'm looking at the camera and I'm trying to see what's in the viewfinder, and I'm testing the audio and trying to see if I have everything set up correctly. And then I start talking, and I'm not happy with it.
Good morning, my friends, and good morning, my friends.
Okay, Now you see what happened? I hit the stop button here. We just have standard playback features here. There's a play,
Welcome to this video.
there's a stop or a pause. And where I really want to start the video from is right there. Now you'll notice that this little patch right there was at first "Good morning, my friends," and I sort of went, I don't know what I was going to say. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this section out of the video. I don't need any of this stuff that's up front here. It's all garbage. So I pull the little green editing bar over to one side, leave the little red editing bar on this side. So I have bracketed this piece of the video, and up here is my pair of scissors. That's the cut tool. So I'm going to simply say cut. All right. Well, that piece of video has been cut out of my my clip, and what if I made a mistake? There's the redo button, so I can click redo, and it'll, or undo rather, undo, the undo button, undo, and it'll put it back in. So there you go, I put it back in, or I can redo, take it back out. So there I can correct a mistake if I made one. No, I can only correct one mistake. If I make two in a row, the first one's gone. So now we're at the beginning of the video, and I can start to play again.
Good morning, my friends.
We go.
Welcome to this video into day 4 of the Ray Higdon Video Challenge. And today I want to talk about...
Now I'm going to stop it right there. I happen to know that there's a section of the video, and I happen to already know this because I played it, that there's a section right in here that I'm not happy with.
the things that happen to us when we grow up and how we overcome them. So when we're born, we're all born essentially equal. We're pure essence, pure possibility, pure energy, pure possibility.
All right. I don't like that. I repeated myself. I wanted to say pure potential, but it sort of didn't come out. Let me position my record head right there, or my video head, and expand that region of the video. You see, I can expand it. And the piece of text that I don't want, the piece of audio I don't want,
Pure possibility.
is right there. So all I have to do, once again, is bracket it with my little pointers here, the red pointer on one side, the green pointer on the other side, come over here and do cut. And there's my cut, my scissors. And that piece is gone. So again, let me play through that.
And as we grow up in the early years...
So you can see I cut that piece out. Very simple. Well, let me unexpand my video again. And I'm not going to bore you by playing through this whole video. There's no reason to. I happen to know that it's all okay anyhow. I've played it enough times myself. I'm going to simply take you way out here to the end of the video. So there's several things that are going to happen out here at the end. The first is, when the video ends, which is right about here,
Bye for now.
I say bye for now, and then there's a bunch of stuff I'm moving. I'm getting rid of the the camera and the audio and turning things off, and we don't need any of that stuff. So once again, let's just cut it out of there. Here we go. Bracket the area that I don't want. Back to my scissors. Cut. All gone. Okay. Now, right about here, I say something. Let's listen to it.
This is Len Mooney. Go to my website for lots more good information. That's all I have today.
This is where I say, this is Len Mooney. Go to my website. So I want to put a call out there. I want to, you see my hand was pointing down. What was it pointing to? Well, let's put something there for it to point to. So here's calls. And I'm going to, and I have arrows and various other things, but I'm going to click this one. And you notice I have an editor here. I can select fonts and whether it's centered, etc., but I'm just going to put http://lenmooney.com. I'm going to point people to my website. This is my call to action. And so here's my call out. And the way I like to do this is just to put the call out at the bottom, right underneath my smiling face. There it is. So now you'll see, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say
that people were looking for. This is Len Mooney. Go to my website for lots more good information. That's all I have today.
Now, notice the call out fades out right there. And in fact, I can change the length of that fade out. Over here to my call out menu, I can change the duration of the fade out. I can make it fade out over a longer period of time. Watch what happens.
This is Len Mooney. Go to my website for lots more good information. That's all I have today. We'll talk again. Bye for now.
Now you see it faded out slowly. But I don't want the fade out at all. So over here, it's a little hard to see. Let me pull it down over here. I want to get rid of the fade out. Period. And the reason I want to get rid of the fade out is I want to pull the edge of this call out all the way to the end of the video. And why do I want to do that? Because I want you to be able to see it. I want to leave it up there. I don't want it to go away so fast. So here we go.
We're looking for. This is Len Mooney. Go to my website for lots more good information. That's all I have today. We'll talk again. Bye for now.
All right. So there's my call out all the way to the end of the video. Oh, we're going to do some adjusting here in a couple minutes, but before I do anything else, let me set my recording head there. I'm going to go back up here to import media. And now I'm just searching for a file, so you'll forgive me, but I need to find a file that's up here on my desktop. And it's called Len's New Intro and Outro. No, that's not what it's called. It's called New LenMooney.com videos. There it is. I have a little snippet that I use for intros and outros. So here it is. I've just imported it. And now I'm going to, again, right-click it, and I'm going to go add the timeline. Now notice it's going to add it to the timeline right where the record head is positioned. So add the timeline, there it is. So now I have a new little piece of video that I've just added to my timeline. If we play that, we'll see what it is. It's a little fade out, and I call it my outro. So let's do some editing here. We end the main video. We got a blank area here, which we don't need. We're going to get rid of. Stop. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to pull our little green editing bar over there. Our little red editing bar there. And again, we're going to go cut. There we go. So let's see if we're happy with this.
Bye for now.
There we go. All right, that's all right. Now I want to do one other thing. I want to put a call out in there again. I want my website to stay up there. So again, I selected call out. There it is. I'm going to get rid of the fade out again. So this is the second call out because I have a new piece of video that I spliced in. I have to put the call out in again. I'm going to pull the edge of the call out all the way to the end. All right, I'm going to play it. There it is. Now I'm not happy with that because the video ends with nothing. So I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to cut just a tiny little bit off the end of that. Just a little smidgen off the end. And now let me show you the whole thing.
And we don't need a leader because we are the leader. We are the leader that people are looking for. This is Len Mooney. Go to my website for lots more good information. That's all I have today. We'll talk again. Bye for now.
And there you have it. Now you see that the video ends with my smiling face and my website still up in front of you, so that you can read it. Okay, that's my whole video. Now I want to produce the video. And before I start the production process, let me tell you that I'm going to start the production, then I'm going to stop the recording so that you don't have to sit here for the next 10 minutes and watch this thing render itself. But before I do that, I'm going to give you a good piece of advice. And the reason I'm going to give you this good piece of advice is it just happened to me today. This is the second time I've made this training video. The first time it was lost. And the reason is I didn't save the file before I started to render it. And during the rendering process, my computer crashed and the whole thing was lost. I had to start over again. So we're going to go Save Project. And I'm going to call it Camtasia Training 2. Bingo. Okay. Now I have to produce the project. So I've saved that project. So at this point, everything I have on my screen is saved and I can come back to it if I need to. So now we're going to do the final thing, produce and share. But before I do that, I'm going to point out to you there's a lot of other things we can do here. We can make transitions between these video clips. We can play with the audio. We can do zooms and pans. And there's a button called More, and I forget what's under there. Cursor effects, title clips, picture in picture. Lots of other things we can do. But I don't use most of those other things, or I rarely use them. What I've shown you today is what I do about 98% of the time. So let's go ahead and produce and share this video. I'm going to hit produce and share. It's going to ask me for the web, and if I don't want web, there's lots of other things I can do, but there's direct share to YouTube here. I don't use it. I just use the web. So let's just leave that because I want to do other things besides YouTube with it. I want to put it up on my website. I may put it up on Facebook. So there's web. Let's do next. Now it's carried the title that I already gave the file, Camtasia Training 2. That's fine. Let's find some place to store this file, and I'm going to put it up on my desktop in a folder called 2014 Videos. And that's all. I'm going to click Finish. And here we go. This thing is going to begin to render itself. Now, again, this process is going to take, I'm going to guess maybe somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. So I'm going to stop the file, stop the recording right now, so you don't have to sit here and watch this, and I'll be right back as soon as this thing is almost done rendering. Here we go. I'm going to stop the file. Okay, I'm back with you, and you can see that this rendering is just about complete. We're at 98%, 99. There it is, 100%, and it pops back up the screen. And what I have now is that video that I created, not the training video that you're watching, but the video that we created out of my little camera's video clip. But here it is. It's up here.
Good
We can
morning.
play it. We can review it. It's been produced and shared, and it's out there in my folder. Now, before I go any further, what I want to tell you is that you can come visit me at my website, lenmooney.com. You can Google me, Len Mooney, and if you do, I'm the guy that variously lives in Mexico, Kirkwood, or San Diego. I'm not the black musician from Chicago. Feel free to contact me on Facebook or at my website. If you have any questions, if there's anything I can help you with, I will be happy to do that. Now, this is Len. We'll talk again. Bye for now.